What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Price to Sell podcast.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
What's in your shirt?
Oh, would you look at that? Oh my God, it's a hat. That's a perfect sign because maybe you guys haven't got your Price to Sell hats yet. So here they are, and they will find their way in your shirt if you do buy them because they're talented. So if you haven't checked it out, pricetosellpodcast.com for all their merch, t-shirts, sweaters, it's all there. Limited quantities though, they are going quick. So if you guys haven't gotten them yet, go check it out. But today's episode, we brought on my life coach. His name is Zarak Fatah, amazing guy, full of wisdom. All in all, this is going to be one of those inspirational, motivational podcasts that if you're having a tough time out there, rough week, month, day, whatever it is, this will light you up. So I hope you guys enjoy. He is a fantastic human being. And before we get into the episode, please don't forget to subscribe to Field Trips for all the amazing house tours that we've brought you guys so far, and we will be bringing you guys. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this episode and take some words of wisdom from it and kill your week. Enjoy the episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the Price to Sell podcast. And I think I'm your host. I am your host, Matthew Campoli. Welcome back. We're doing another little switcheroo today. Not so much. We're talking about, it's real estate focused, but we don't have a realtor on today. We have Mr. Zarak Fatah on today. And he is my life coach. Has helped many people, including realtors. And we're going to talk about everything that has to do with self-development, balance, mindset, everything that we really still should focus on as real estate agents, especially in our line of work with the whole just craziness. So I want to give Mr. Zarak a huge welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to sit down with you.
Yeah, it's awesome. We sit down quite a bit.
This is true.
We do.
Lately,
Zarak knows all my deep, dark secrets. And he will never expose them. But if you pay him, he will. But if, for those that don't know who you are, I want to give a little bit of a brief background.
For sure, yeah. So my name's Zarak, and I used to live in Toronto, born and raised here. Serial entrepreneur, created many, many different businesses here, nightclubs, restaurant, bars, Blowfish, Everly, Maison, Digital Dreams, to name a few. And had a very successful career in that space for a long time. For 25 years, I was immersed in that world. And then I made a big change at the age of 40. I decided time for something new. And that's when I dove deep into the world of personal development. Led me down a very beautiful, winding roller coaster ride. And I moved to Costa Rica in 2018. I decided to change it up, moved down to the jungle, went deep into the personal development work, started hosting retreats. From retreats led to coaching. From coaching led to coaching men specifically, male entrepreneurs, CEOs, founders, businessmen like yourself.
Yep.
And I'm back in Toronto. I'm here for a couple of months until we head off to Bali for the next retreat. And that's it. That's what I do. I help people live their best life.
Yes.
There you go.
Live in alignment.
Living in alignment. Absolutely. Living as their highest self.
Yeah. And he's definitely helped me do that. But the reason I wanted to bring him on is because and whether you're new in the business or just getting into it, it's a fun business, but it's extremely you're under pressure all the time. It's just high stress. It can affect a lot of things beyond the actual real estate transactions. So I think it's important to iron out whether it's your values, a balance, and just some sort of routine just to kind of maintain, right? So, and you have quite a few clients that are realtors.
Developers, people in the mortgage space, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, and you coming from a background of just probably craziness, right? You get it.
Yeah, so, a parallel within the nightlife and restaurant industry is every night you go to work, you don't know what's going to get thrown at you, right? As a realtor, as a developer, you get up in the morning, you turn on your phone, you're like, what the, it's volatile, it's unpredictable, and you're always racing against the clock.
Yes.
So I know that feeling of fight or flight, that anxiousness that comes up from turning on your phone, not knowing what you're going to get hit with, and also having your day switch around, having clients cancel, having clients show up, and having to navigate all the unpredictability that creates stress, that creates anxiety, and wanting to perform, wanting to deliver, and wanting to close that deal, you're under a lot of pressure all the time.
Yeah. And you almost become addicted to the pressure.
You're
Like
in
myself.
a state of adrenaline. You're in
Yeah.
a state of like, go, go, go. And like, you just want to perform. You want to grind. You want to hit that top 3%, quota, right?
0.5%.
0.5, sorry.
Yeah, don't do that to me, okay? But yeah, it's just like always that constant fix, and I know I am like that. Even before we met, just in general, like I was always into self development and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's really it can be bad. There can be a big negative associated with it. Like I don't have like children and all that kind of stuff yet. I can only imagine my lifestyle with that. So what do you think are like some of the biggest struggles you see for real estate agents?
Yeah, so I would say when realtors reach out to me to work together, it's mostly because they're feeling this stress, they're feeling this weight on them, they're feeling anxiousness. They don't know how to manage these emotions and the sensations of pressure that's within them, and it's only increasing because stress and that anxiety will continue to build unless you're able to release some of that pressure. So having a practice, having the routine that allows you to let some of that pressure out, to quiet your mind, to ground, to just rebalance yourself is super important. And there's many different modalities that you can use to find your center and to start each morning and take on each day with a calm, balanced energy. First and foremost, you got to make the time for it, where most of us entrepreneurs, realtors, high-level executives, everybody actually for the most part, they get up, what's the first thing they do? They roll over, they check their phone, they're scrolling, they're peeing. With one hand, they're checking their Instagram. Or
Guilty.
You're going right into your messages, your emails. You're applying to what came in overnight. At the same time, you're planning what you're going to do for the rest of the day. And before you've even had a chance to brush your teeth, you're already planning the next 12 hours, And we're not starting our day in the present moment. We're already trying to run to catch up, and we haven't even really started our morning properly. So, making time in the morning to just give yourself that first, even if it's just 30 minutes, to check in. How am I feeling? What's coming up for me?
Yeah.
What do I need to do right now to calm myself? Is it breath work? Is it journaling? Do I need to dance? Do I need to cry? Do I need to hit something? What are you feeling, and how do you want to deal with it? Giving yourself the time and space to check in and then utilize one of these tools is the first step to rebalancing yourself. So now, no matter what day throws at you, you're going to handle it from a centered place.
Yeah. And what are some modalities people can, let's say someone out there has no routine, zero. They're literally waking up and feel like they're behind all the time, because that's literally what they are. They're behind.
Yeah.
So what are some modalities that they can introduce into their lives or ease into? Let's start in the morning, because I think I'm a big believer in that. I think it's crucial to start your day. How could one start? Do they wake up a little bit earlier? What's an easy way to get into it?
Yeah, so most of us, we get up and, right from the time we get up, we're going. So it may require you to wake up 15 or 20 minutes earlier. And you can just start with 15 or 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be a half hour or hour. And one of the modalities that I find is highly effective and you could pick up pretty quick is breath work. So there's a great app called Othership. And
I use it.
But yeah, and it's amazing. And there's breath work routines from 3 minutes to 30 minutes that you can do. And why I'm saying breath work over meditation is because I have a really busy mind. Most of us, entrepreneurs, realtors, our brains are just going. It's hard often to meditate, to quiet the mind. And if you try it 3 or 4 times and the mind isn't quiet, you get frustrated. You're like, screw this. I'm not a meditator. I can't do it. I find that breath work, 5 to 10 minutes of breath work, you're going to feel the sensations in your body. You're going to notice that altered state. And after you've done the breath work, you're going to feel that release, that shift of energy. So I suggest breath work as a modality to practice in the morning because it's highly effective and has great results. So some breath work after you're in that beautiful, blissful, still present state. Do a body scan. check in. How are you feeling? Journaling is good. What's coming up? Why are you feeling? Maybe you're feeling stressed. What are you actually stressed about? What's the fear that's creating this stress?
Yeah.
You know, what are you grateful for? What's your intention for the day? Even if it's just 5 minutes of journaling, you know, taking that thought from your higher consciousness to your mind to paper and writing that down is the first step in making those intentions real. And then I like to put on music, and I do a combination of dance and stretch at the same time.
Nice.
You know, I've got a high vibe, Alive Life playlist,
Oh,
which
yes.
I've shared with
Oh,
you.
yeah, I jam it.
You know,
I've
and I
been
put
jamming it
on.
recently, too,
Yeah,
actually.
I put it on. I do some shaking, stretching, and you know, like it's a great way to wake up the body, get the energy flowing, and at the same time stretch. I'm guilty. I don't stretch enough. So for me, when I'm dancing, I'm dropping it low. I'm like, you know, I'm getting the spine moving, and you know, something like that. It's fun. It's fun. It's playful. You're enjoying music that's raising your vibration.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful way. In 15, 20 minutes, you're like, you're ready. Let's go. You know?
And those who may not get the lingo, what is a vibration?
Oh, wow. Okay. This might extend the podcast, but so we're energy. That's all we are. That's what everything is.
Yeah.
Everything's energy. And we're made up of cells and atoms. And at the very, very tiniest particle, there's a little vibrating atom, you know, and that atom's vibration has a frequency to it, right? Now, because everything is energy, everything's vibrating, everything has its own frequency, you can be in a low frequency, you can be in a high frequency. Guilt, shame, anger, frustration, hate, those are all low vibrational emotions. If you're feeling that in life, you are in a low vibrational state. When you're feeling bliss, gratitude, joy, love, acceptance, you're in a high vibrational state. Now, everything has vibration, frequency, money, the woman, the partner you love, the car you want, the job you want, everything is vibration, everything's energy. Like attracts like. And now I'm summing up a big topic, very short, but it's essentially the law of attraction and the concept behind manifestation. You have to be a vibrational match for what you want. So you can choose every day to raise your vibration, and that can be by doing the things you love, playing with your dog, walking down by the lake, you know, spending time with loved ones, dancing to your favorite music, whatever elevates your mood, whatever makes you feel that joy, that bliss, that is elevating your vibe.
Yeah. Well put. Well summed.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole other world.
It's a whole other world. It's deep.
Yes, it is deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in all this, as you know. But a lot of people will see I post on my Instagram the 5-minute journal. So it's a templated journal, in case you're wondering how do I start journaling. And yeah, it outlines
Great,
what you're grateful for, and then some things you want to that
your
will make
intention
today
for the
great.
day,
Yeah,
what make it awesome.
and then you summarize it at nighttime, so it keeps you in like that, keeps your mind right, and it's a good start.
It keeps you conscious and
Yeah.
also self-aware, so that you can be intentional with the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference when operating on the higher vibe consistently, at least trying to,
Yeah.
because people feel it, and I don't know how it works because it sounds like cuckoo how this all works, but it does.
Well, I mean, imagine at all times we are emitting a frequency. We have an aura, an energetic field that is radiating out of the top of our crown, back up around and up through our root chakra.
Yeah.
That energetic field has your frequency. Now, when you're in a high vibe and you are feeling joy, feeling happiness, people are going to feel that energy. People are going to be drawn to it, you know. And there are times somebody walks in the room, they sit down next to you, and you're just like, ooh, I got to get away from that person. They're in a low, dense vibration that you're feeling resistant, dissonance to.
Yeah.
You're in a high vibe. You start drawing in those high vibe people. You start drawing in synchronicities. Magic starts to happen. And you don't got to understand it. You just got to trust.
Exactly.
That when I'm in a high vibe, stuff starts to happen.
Yeah.
And try it out, you know.
Yeah.
Try it for a few weeks and just pay attention to the, call it coincidences,
Right?
synchronicities.
Yes.
See what happens, you know. And most importantly, to raise your vibe, you got to cut out the low vibe stuff. You know, so if there's people, things, habits, drugs, porn, whatever it is that gets you into a low vibe, get rid of that. Cut it
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Agreed. And you know, especially for an agent or realtor out there, any entrepreneur really, but you'll notice when you're starting to operate in this higher vibe, number one thing that we lack is confidence. Like one thing in real estate is like, okay, I'm a regular realtor, but how can I be that guy? How can I be like a top agent? Like who am I to be that? So it starts with like the beliefs, right? How can I get into the luxury market? How can I sell $10 million homes? Like those guys are doing it. I can't do that. And when you're doing this kind of work, you're building up that confidence, that belief, and then it allows you to start to attract it and to enter into those realms.
You have to become the frequency of that success. You have to vibrate at that level. And, you know, people talk a lot about visualization and fake till you make it and be all that. You know, I'm a big fan and student of Dr. Joe Dispenza. And he speaks about not only do you have to visualize it, you have to connect with your future self who's in that moment, who's selling those $5 million homes, who's living that life. What does that future version of you feel like, sound like, look like? Embody that, feel that, you know, take on that energy and call in that future to you. So it's a combination of visualization, it's a combination of really allowing your heart to connect with that emotion and taking inspired, intentional action every day to become that future version of yourself. What choices does that version of you make that you're not making right now? What changes do you want to make to become more like that guy and stay strong to hold that vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it starts with like a conversation with ourselves, which not many people will have. And we said on the call before when we were chatting, it's like, what does success mean? Really?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, so that's a great point, because the thing is a lot of times the success we're chasing isn't actually the success we want. You know, it's the success we think we should have because, oh yeah, you know, I'm in my 30s, I'm a realtor, I should be driving this car, I should be living here, I should be doing these numbers. Well, who says you should? Like, who made that up? You know, like, what is the paradigm of success for you? Because there's many people out there, and you know as well, that make lots of money, successful career, you know, established company, but they're miserable. Their health isn't successful. Their relationships aren't successful. Their joy and happiness isn't successful, but they're successful financially, professionally. So each and every one of us has our own definition of what is success. You know, I was very successful in my previous career, but I feel more successful now.
Yeah.
Because I am creating something, I am fulfilling a life purpose that is bringing me the feeling, the fulfillment of true success on a real profound level. But back then, the cars, the penthouse, the models, private jets, yeah, that felt successful at the time, but that's what success meant to me with that old value system that I had. You know, success to me was based on the values of a high school dropout from Scarborough. He wants to date hot girls, party with celebrities, you know, drive fancy cars. So that's what success meant to him. But as you evolve and as you grow, your values change. So your success is then defined by the values that are most precious to you, you know? So that's something for people to consider is, what are your values? What do you really stand for? What are you really about? Because yeah, like if COVID taught us anything, you know, the cars and the fancy clothes, the watches, all that nice luxury lifestyle stuff, gone in a minute. Well, when that's gone, who are you now? What do you stand for? Do you feel successful with all of that gone? Because in a minute, a pandemic could wipe all that out, right?
Yeah, someone really digging deep into what their values are, I think is really important. I didn't know what mine was before we started the chat and stuff. But since I have ironed that out, I've changed as a human. You know, a lot of the things I was doing before, I started to realize, okay, that's not important.
It's not aligned.
Let's stay in alignment with what is important. So it's really cool, like just these small little tweaks and what it can do for like your trajectory.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because our values are what allows us to keep focused on what am I actually working towards? You know, like what am I taking this? Am I taking this action? Am I making choices that are actually aligned with where I want to go, or am I operating from a place of fear or scarcity? You know, like for me, I always thought by 40 I'd be married with kids. Now, family is one of my core values, but I was living a life completely out of alignment with the value of family because my ego, my insecurity had me dating lots of random younger women because that's what my little boy inside needed to feel better about himself. So when you're clear on your values, you then know how to make choices that are aligned. You know how to set boundaries, and you know how to really live in integrity with what are you really working towards? What are you trying to create with your life? And starting with your values is a foundational piece.
Yes, for sure. And speaking to like the living in fear or scarcity kind of mindset, how can one shift out of that? Like in our industry, it's like getting in front of the video camera because that helps us as realtors promote our business. But many are scared to get in front of the camera,
right?
Because they think, oh, like how am I going to look? Am I good?
Sure.
just in general, like any of these fears, whether it's that or like
Yeah.
I can't sell luxury or I can't be a top
Yeah.
producing realtor.
So I'll answer the first part about the camera because that's something that I've worked on, and it's something you have to overcome. So
And now
first
you're a
off,
camera expert.
yeah, I love creating content for sure, both behind and in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to getting in front of the camera, what is the intention of your message? Like, if you're a realtor, are you getting on camera just because you want to sell a house just to make the commission? Or do you actually love what you do so much because you believe that you're actually helping humans find their home to live a happy, complete life? Why are you getting on camera? Because when you can bring that intentionality, when you can bring that significance to your message, then it's not about you and how you sound. It's about the message you're putting out there and the impact you want it to have. So remove yourself from the equation and just concentrate on the message and the impact of your message. And I applied that to, for me, like, I love sharing content because I've been fortunate enough to learn all that I have in the last 8 years. And when I share, it's not to hear my own voice. It's because I know there are people out there who watch my content who can't go to the retreats or can't work with the coaches that I have. So if I can share what I've learned with them, then that message is more important than my insecurity. So that's how I kind of got over my fear of how am I going to look and sound on camera. And when it comes to being that realtor and, fear or scarcity, let's say, it really, so one thing is there's enough money in the world for everybody to be millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And if there isn't, they'll just print more money. Like money is just energy.
Mm-hmm.
Money is love. And the first time I heard that, I'm like, how can you say that? Because I grew up with the mindset that if you want to be rich, you gotta be an asshole. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to get. And being a high school dropout from Scarborough, I'm not the type of person that's ever gonna have money. So I grew up with very limiting beliefs about money. I actually had a negative mindset towards money. And as I've spent time with more abundant people who have gone from rags to riches, they've always believed, like, I deserve money. I deserve millions. Millions are coming to me. Why not? Those guys have millions. I could have millions too.
Yeah.
So it's a belief that you are worthy of money, that you deserve it, and understanding that there's millions of dollars out there waiting for you. You just have to be, again, a vibrational match for that money.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that you have to be open to receiving the money. See, a lot of people don't get money because deep down, they actually don't believe that they deserve it, that they're the type of person who should have money. When you can remove that blockage and shift to a perspective of, I'm worthy of money, I deserve money, and what I'm putting out in the universe is worth a lot of money. What I'm providing to my clients, when they buy their home, that percentage they're paying me, I deserve that percentage.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm going above and beyond. Like when you really are rooted in the belief that you deserve the money and that it's coming to you, you're removing those blockages of, I don't know, that hesitation. Because if you hesitate, if you doubt, why is the universe going to give you money, give you love, give you that new job, if deep down you actually don't even believe you deserve it? Because you're going to get it and you're going to lose it. You're not going to be able to hold it.
Exactly. Yeah, I've had to learn how to get comfortable with my massive goals.
Yeah.
I saw it was like a process. I started writing one number. So I'm like, okay, I can do this, and then I hit it. So then I added a 0, and then it's like, okay, let me get a little crazy with this and just really, really believe it. It's cool, what, how you feel once you cross those barriers.
Yeah. It's like going to the gym, you
Yeah,
got, I'm
exactly.
never going to bench one plate aside. And then you do a plate, then you put a plate in a corner, and then 2 plates. And then you look at a plate on the side and you're warming up with that. Man, this is my warm-up weight. And now it's like, so it's just about expanding your belief system and looking past this imaginary blockage. Because you can have anything you want in the world. It's just your limiting beliefs. It's just this imaginary idea you have in your head that you can't have it, that's stopping you from having it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to create like a cat-dog hybrid, and I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
Like a sort of as a pet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I believe in it.
Right. How's
Yeah.
that going so
It's
far?
not going too well.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in it yet.
Okay.
Look out for it, guys.
Yeah,
It's called
wow.
It's called a DAT or a cog. Anyways, I want to talk about the retreats because
Yeah, sure.
they're awesome.
Thank you.
And I've
Yeah.
been to one.
Yep.
And a lot of people may not know what the retreat even means or what it entails, or it's like, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
What I experienced in Costa Rica, and we did one in April, so April 2022. We're now in September.
Yeah.
I officially like, I think it's launched my life.
Yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
way further, you know? Just like narrowed down everything I need to focus on and do, and ironed out everything for me. And it was just, what an insane experience.
Yeah.
So thank you first and foremost. But
pleasure. Thanks.
yeah,
for coming.
let's talk about the retreats and what they are.
Yeah. So, you know, when I knew it was time to get out of nightlife and the restaurant scene, I'm like, what the hell am I going to do now? You know, and I'm a world traveler, been to over 50 countries, and I love fitness. I love good food, love meeting like-minded people. I love learning. So I thought, well, how do I take all these things I love and turn that into a job? And as I mentioned before, you know, I've been very fortunate to travel to retreats and work coaches and go to summits. And I know I'm blessed in that sense that I've been able to have access to information. So I thought, well, how do I take this knowledge, this information, these amazing coaches that I have in my network, and how do I share this with people in a way that's fun, in a way that doesn't feel like I'm sitting in a conference room for a week looking at slides? The retreat seemed like a great fit because for me, it brought together all the elements of what I love, and also I could layer in what it is that I was learning and want to share with people. So the Alive experience, I think they're pretty unique because I've been on many retreats before, and there's yoga retreats, there's, you know, retreats that are specific to focus, or to fitness or diet or business. It's really a hybrid of all of that, as you know. So they're fun vacations in beautiful destinations like Costa Rica, Bali, Tofino, have Peru coming up next year, Ibiza coming up next year. So you're going to beautiful places. We're staying in luxury private villas, amazing chef cooking delicious food, healthy food. And we're doing breath work, we're doing yoga, we're surfing, we're hiking, we're jumping off waterfalls, you know, and most importantly, we're connecting with like-minded people. And this is the most important part for me because most of the people who come on the retreats, they come by themselves. And to be on your own in a group of strangers, to have the freedom and the permission to be yourself, no mask, no filter, no bullshit, just say what you want, be as real as you want, and know that you're held, and know that you can share your deepest, darkest, whatever it is you're holding on to, and there's no judgment, and you'll be supported. And of course, bringing in highly trained professional coaches, having, you know, all the different elements to support one through an experience is really, really transformative because, you know, doing a workshop in Toronto, whatever city you live in, reading books, watching videos, I mean, it's all very helpful. But when you sign up for a retreat, you pay, you buy a plane ticket, you take a week off work, you tell your team or your partners or your wife, hey, I'm going away for a week and I'm not going to be on my phone. Mm-hmm. You're disconnecting, you're unplugging so you can be in the zone. You're in the container of this retreat and you're allowing yourself to just really surrender and go in deep because in our environment, there are triggers and there are things that pull us back in to our normal life, to our day-to-day routine. But when you can unplug and be in nature, waking up near the ocean, you know, listening to the sound of the monkeys in the jungle, it's a vibrational shift that permeates you to a cellular level. So it's a combination of many different elements that support deep transformation. And you have these epiphanies, you have this inspiration, you're able to listen to your intuition, you're able to express yourself and learn from your own inner wisdom. And once you see it, once you feel it, once you experience it, you don't forget it. Like yourself, you know, it's like once you've been there, it's so hard to put into words because you could watch the videos, you could hear the testimonials, but it's one of those things that you got to experience it. When you do, there's this shift and you're like, oh, I get it now. Okay, this is what it's about, you know? And it's magic. It is. I mean, it's what had me close Blowfish after 15 years. It's what had me leave a 25-year career in hospitality. It's what had me move to Costa Rica and leave my family because I said, this is what I want to do with my life. Yeah. This is what makes me feel alive.
Yeah. No, super inspiring. It's crazy. And thank you for even putting out this opportunity for everyone because it was magical to say the least. Yeah. Not being on my phone was interesting. Yeah. You know?
You find yourself grabbing it. It's like you start twitching.
My right leg vibrates on its own now. It's like just a weird twitch. It's developed
Yeah.
for my phone.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it was
how
so
addicted
nice.
we are to these things, man. It's
So nice
crazy.
being away. Even it's funny because I bought a house in Florida, and I had firmed up on it during the retreat, but I didn't have my financing set in place yet.
Yeah.
So if any realtor watching knows that's like, hey, what the hell's wrong with you? That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I firmed up on a house without the financing and figured out.
Yeah.
So I should have been stressed the hell out.
Yeah.
But I was good.
Yeah.
I just believed it was going to be okay.
It's-
And it
it's
was.
all
And I
gonna
have the
come
house now.
together, Yeah.
But it was, what an interesting, like, great group of people.
And
the way you put them all
people,
together
and-
were
and
awesome.
Yeah, the group, it's always a perfect group of
Yes,
people that come
it was.
together, you know. And this group in particular, man, the cohesiveness, the love, the support. Like, I love seeing all of your messages. Like, I love how close everybody has come together. And it's crazy because, you know, people leave the tree and they'll be like, I feel closer to Matt than I do to my best friend of 20 years. You
Yeah.
know, because as we're growing and evolving, as we're shifting, we don't have so much in common with our friends that we've known for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes just,
True.
you know, there isn't that connection anymore. And then you go on a retreat and you spend a week with someone who they get you, they understand you, they speak the same language as you, they are on the same path as you. And you're like, wow, like, yo, you're my guy, you're my bro, let's do this, you know? And
Yep.
it's beautiful to witness all of you continue to support one another and all the amazing friendships that have come out of it.
Yeah, it was, again, super hard to explain, but like definitely life changing. Let's talk about Bali a bit though,
Sure.
or Bali.
Bali, yeah.
Bali.
Yeah, man, Bali is a magical, special place. You know, I spent 2 months there in 2019. I hosted a retreat there, and that's one of the nice things about my job. I get to go to a place for
Yeah.
a month or two and, you know, check it all out and get everything ready before. You know, Bali is one of those magical spiritual places on the planet, like Sedona, like Nosara. And there's an energy there that's tangible. You know, the people are super sweet. The food's amazing, the nature, the ocean, the jungle. So all the magical elements are there. Many people are wanting to discover their spiritual side. You know, becoming conscious and awakened and being spiritual seems to be like the new thing. A few
Yeah.
years ago, everybody wanted to be a fitness competitor, and now everybody wants to be, third eye open and
Yeah.
drinking ayahuasca and stuff.
Able
And-
to put my leg over my neck,
Yeah.
yoga pose. Yeah, can't do that.
So Bali is the type of environment that definitely supports that deep dive into your spiritual self. So we have workshops, we have activities. We're staying at a super, super nice 5-star retreat center up in northern Ubud for 8 days. And then we're going to do 3 days in Canggu to enjoy the restaurants and the beach clubs. So it's going to be a nice balance of deep work, spiritual connection, exercises, workshops, ending with some celebrations and beach clubs, maybe a little bit of tequila, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And just some dancing and surfing and good times. So this retreat is going to be about 20 people. I got some friends coming from Miami, from Toronto, possibly from the UK. So it's going to be a cool mixed group. You know, the ages really range from 25 to usually 55. But on the last retreat, I had Mark, who's 61 years old, come.
I didn't even know he's 61.
Right?
Wow, good
Looks
for
great.
him.
So, excuse me. So it's a diverse group, and it's people who are just coming to connect with themselves on a deeper level, to meet new like-minded people, and to enjoy an amazing vacation in a beautiful spot, eat some good food, dance, have some fun, cry, laugh,
Yeah, lots of crying.
celebrate.
Yeah.
So that's Bali in a nutshell. We'll put the link down below so
Yeah,
people
we'll
can
throw
check
some
it
links
out.
for you.
But the trip is November 24th to December 5th. It's going to be about 20 people coming, and it's going to be another magical, alive experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Happy you're coming.
Yeah. And as we end here, because like I said, they fly.
Yeah.
Maybe what's one of the top lessons that maybe you've learned
Yeah.
in this journey that can probably speak to everyone listening right now?
So I've been very blessed and fortunate to have lived a very epic life. I have experienced some really amazing things, and if there's one thing I could do different, it would be to have been more present during those experiences. And I share this because, when you're young and grinding and hustling and you're traveling and you're enjoying all the things that life has to offer, as you hit each goal, pause, relish in that moment, breathe it all in, really, really Feel the joy of that moment. Celebrate it before jumping onto the next thing, before planning the next trip, before dating the next girl or guy or whatever it is. Like, be present.
Yeah.
Squeeze the juice out of that moment. Really enjoy it. And you can do that by put your phone down, take your shoes off, sit in the park, breathe, slow down, feel into the emotion of this amazing thing that you're experiencing in life right now, and just be with it, you know, and you can do that with anything in your life. Yeah. Presence.
Yeah.
Presence is what makes life rich.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Super powerful. Cannot agree more, actually. And as in my head, I'm like, shit, I gotta be more present, like right now, as I'm hearing you speak.
Yeah.
But for everyone listening, where can they find you?
Yeah, so Instagram at Zarak Fatah. We'll put that down below. Got my website. Instagram, website. I've got a YouTube channel, The Alive Life. Lots of content, lots of stuff there. My email is z@thealivelife.com. And I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah, and just his content in general, very, very valuable. For anyone just wanted to scroll through his page. A lot of really cool videos, a lot of cool talking points. He has his own podcast as well.
That's true, yeah.
What's it called?
Pivot to Purpose.
Pivot to Purpose.
Yeah, which was shot here for the very first time. And Pivot to Purpose, essentially, I interview entrepreneurs who have gone through their own shift.
Yes.
Who have, climbed their first mountain, realized this isn't the mountain I want to be on. And now, on a path to purpose. So, lots of amazing, inspiring people that we're friends with, and just sharing their stories.
Yeah, a lot to learn about yourself when navigating through this type of stuff. So it's really, really cool. Thank you for putting it out there. But to everyone out there who's continuously watching, supporting, thank you. We love you. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell every single family member in your family, your distant cousins, relatives, and your cog, which is your cat dog at home. Tell that thing too. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.